Hi, my name is Luke Lim. I'm the APAC Chief Innovation Officer for AvePoint Singapore. The skilling changes due to COVID-19 really, force people to adapt. I think that's the first thing is that, hard skills can get you in the door, but really, having to be forced to work from home, to learn how to communicate and collaborate, no longer in sort of a physical space, but more of a virtual space, and still be successful and still have the same outcomes, I think is one of the challenges that everyone has faced. We also have a lot of our customers who are also Singapore government customers. And once again, having to build that interaction, not once again physically, but virtually, is also an important skill set. So the growth mindset of being able to adapt and change is one of the big changes we find in this COVID period. The reason why we chose to participate in this national skilling initiative is that we are very excited because, number one, it's Microsoft that is running it. We are a pure Microsoft partner, and having Microsoft run the training, it's very aligned to the skills that we are after. Number two is that we are a pre-IPO company. Next year, sort of Q1, we will be IPOing. To fuel that massive growth, we'll need people, and that will be a core element of driving business in Singapore and globally as well. We are most excited about this program because two things, right? One is first, the generation and what they talk about, filling the skills gap. So a lot of the graduates that come out from university, they have sort of the baseline skills, but being able to be taught within the industry, the skills that are required, as well as the mentoring and the boot camp, I think is what they call it, to have industry participation is very important, because one of the challenges for employers is about retention, right? Making sure that when we hire for the long term, and for the individuals that join the organization, it's about knowing what you're getting into, right? So being able to be trained in the skills in the industry, being able to have done the bootcamp will give you a fairly good idea already of what to expect, right? And it's really around that expectation that's important for retention. Secondly, around the regeneration, which is the topping up of skills for the mid-career individuals. So we find that our sort of mid-career hires, they do very well because they have the experience, for the softer skills. And it's really just then the topping of skills through the regeneration, through the program, which then help them hit the ground running a lot faster than sort of the traditional route of bringing them in and sort of training them up, over sort of a 6 to 12 month period. So if I was to summarize, the main key elements of us joining this is, number one, providing the skills which are in line with the industry. Number two, having the boot camp, which gives the employees or the prospective employees the experience and what to expect. And number three, then when we talk about the regeneration and the mid-career, is then once again the topping up of skills so that they can hit the ground running as soon as they join the organization. What excites me about this program is we need to grow. We are planning to hire a lot, and with this IPO and having a lot of the local Singapore talent, because we are the innovation center in Singapore, and building that culture within Singapore is what excites me. What I'm hoping to see from the potential applicants is don't be shy, especially for the graduates. You've probably gone through your university and learned a lot of the hard skills, but it's really the soft skills and being able to communicate and connect, which is important. You may be the smartest person in the world, but if you cannot communicate effectively, it's very hard to then to know that you are the smartest person in the world. So don't be shy. That's, I think, the first area. And then for the mid-career, once again, you've already got the experience, okay? You've already worked in the industry or worked in, adjacent industries, and you know how to deal with people. So the main thing then is really around, what is the talents and skills that you bring to the table? Not just the hard skills, but the soft skills that you have evolved, with your working experience. The roles we're looking to fill will be all three roles that Microsoft will be training in, which is software developer, cloud support, and data analyst. This will be to fuel our explosive growth that we are planning for next year. My tips for job seekers entering the tech is, it is the same as any sort of industry. And I find what provides longevity in the role or in the position or for the individual is to find something that you love to do, because when you love doing it, you will naturally become good at it. And secondly is to find people to do it with, right? So culture is very important. One of the things I always begin my interviews with is that, we are interviewing you for the role, but you are also interviewing us as an employer, right? So make sure, ask the questions, make sure it's a good cultural fit for you. And at the same time, always be learning, always be hungry to learn more and be flexible. I think to get the most from the skilling initiative is to go in with an open mind and do explore to find what you love to do. I think there is multiple streams that you can get into with the initiative. So, find what you love doing. And maybe, even if you're a few months into that initiative and you realize this isn't for you, be adventurous, take the leap and, try something different, right? Because once again, this is a 50-year university. We always need to be constantly learning. And the main thing here is to enjoy yourself.